Glory.
Now we have some praise reports here. Elder Guarantee $60. Presiding Elder Rick Smith $80. Elder Kelly $20. Elder Kelly $25. Elder Brooks $130. Elder Mansing $200. Elder Jeter $8. Mr. King is $60. Well, little Isaiah Cotton $50. That's from the state.
Amen.
So the young see it. And we thank God for all that has transpired. And I'm going to try to deliver this message that's very important.
Amen.
With both lungs congested. Amen. That's not no big deal in the sight of God.
Amen.
Should I have one of those coughing breaks, just keep praying.
Amen.
And since I'm on that point also, now up until yesterday afternoon, and I was carrying that heavy load, and prayer changes things.
Amen.
And sometimes God talks to you and lets you know nothing, no day on this earth is promised. But he shows favor to whom he will show favor to.
Amen.
And our prayers have kept Mother alive.
Yes.
When Mother wanted to go. Amen. Mother asked God to go home, and God said, come home.
Amen.
And when he explained that to me yesterday, that burden lifted. Some of you will not quite understand until you experience it yourself, because ain't nobody tell you. You have to go through it.
Amen.
But God will lift a heavy burden if you have a relationship with him. Now the question is always developing a relationship with God. Be seated, church. Now, in your walk with the Lord, I've explained many times. I want to take my text from the book of Samuel, first chapter 1, first book of Samuel. And I want to again express to you the importance, hear me somebody, of an individual relationship with the Lord that's not based on somebody else's influence. And that relationship can only be adhered to by a sincerity of heart. Because why make believe or pretend if God is real?
Amen.
Now hear me. If you know God is real, and if you are pretending, don't you know God knows you are pretending? So why not be sincere with God if you believe in your heart, mind, and soul that God is? And if a person does not believe in God, then certainly you can just imagine you have your iPhone on and go wherever you want to go.
Come on now.
But church, there is too much unbelief in the world today.
Amen.
And a sincere church has to be based on the principles God established for his church. Again, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Amen. So the holiness principle is the rule by which God is going to judge his church. And I can't change that. Nobody can change that. The moral codes that are established in the Bible, I can't change it. Amen. And you can't change it. I believe the song said, can't nobody change it. Amen. It's the word of God. Amen. So again, once we understand this, and we put all flesh aside, even though it's difficult, because we're in the flesh, but we have to understand how to let the Spirit dominate and control the fleshly you. Otherwise, you'll never run this race successfully. And every time you get a pocket full of money, you're thinking about getting a Mercedes or this new truck or whatever. Because you're still living in the carnality of the flesh. But God required him close.
Preach.
A physical transfer as well as a mental transfer from self to spirituality. Present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord, which is your reasonable service. So God cannot accept anything but a complete submission of the individual to Him. Now when you do this, He gives you the power of prayer to get you through these traumatic times that all of us are going through and will go through. And if you have not, just hold on a little bit longer. You're going to go through something. And I'll mean some severity of heart. To test whether or not you are of God, amen, or you are of yet the world. You can't hold on to the world and still hold on to God. I was thinking about the sacrifice that you make when you come into holiness. Their mother had a son and a daughter. The daughter, I think, called once. Son ain't never called. Big time lawyer in Florida. Might be a millionaire, who knows. Never once called to say, well, I'm sorry, or whatever. But when you choose holiness without compromise, expect these things. Mother had 17 brothers and sisters. Not a one called. And they know the church number. But not a one would call. Brothers and sisters, it's a lonely journey. And if you are not completely sold out, you will give in to the needs of this world. And you'll find yourself in a compromised church. And God does not have a compromised church. And I've said the reason why we are not have 500 members, 600 members, 700 members, because this is a holiness church. And we follow the moral concept of God. And many don't like it. But what can you do? If it's God's will and His way, Jesus said, I'm the truth, the way, and the light. No man comes to the Father but by me. And when Philip said, show us the Father, he said, I am the Father. So it is nothing we can do but by the will of Jesus. So again, understand the loneliness of the individual in serving God. And it's up to you. Nobody can make an important choice for you. Can't nobody tell you to go down and buy a new car. Or not to. Or they can tell you not to, but it's up to you to make the final decision. So again, if God tells you that He requires your heart, mind, and soul in servitude to Him, there's nothing to do but give it all to Him. And not hold back anything, because there's nothing to hold back. You hear me? One day, every individual here, if the rapture don't come first, will stand before some apparatus before, and laying out, and sometimes they show, and I never understood why they would do that. Why do you want to show a deceased person? He's gone. What is the purpose of it? The memory ought to already be engrafted in your heart. By what? Their character. And I thank God Mother had a character. And I thank God. And I want to say this. Should I pass out tomorrow, don't you take me to no hospital. And I mean that. No, didn't die in no hospital, no tubes up her. And she will, once we get this medication, she don't get no.
Amen.
She's all right now. And she said a legacy. And I set the same legacy. I pass out, don't you take me to no hospital.
Amen.
God will take care of me.
Amen.
Amen. Now let me get to my text. In chapter 1, read it, verse 11.
And she vowed.
Jump at verse 9.
So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon his seat by a post of the temple of the Lord, and she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto the Lord, and wept sore.
Now, listen. Hannah, y'all know most of the story. She was in bitterness of soul, because in that dispensation of time, you had to be able to get pregnant if you got married. Or it was null and void, unless the husband just found favor with you. Take the wife back to the husband and say, here, I don't want her no more. Now that was in that dispensation of time. But it shows you that Hannah was brokenhearted. But what did she do?
And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid.
I believe it said Hannah prayed.
And prayed unto the Lord.
Now, she must have developed a relationship with God to be going through a broken heart and knowing where to go to when she's in all this misery.
Right.
She didn't go to nobody else for comfort because couldn't nobody else comfort her.
Amen.
She prayed to God because she had obviously been instructed under the Hebrew law to pray to God when you get in trouble. I'm trying to explain to you right now, when you get in trouble, learn how to pray to God. Don't go no internet service and hear some hypocrite preacher don't know what he's talking about. And telling you you're a fool to do this and you're a fool to go to that cult church. I'm not denying we're a cult. But the only thing I've asked is tell me what a cult is. And they yet ain't told me what a cult is. Cult means following God? Yes, we're a cult. If a cult means unfaithful loyalness to God and His principles, that's what we are. Go to church more than once a week, that's a cult. Well, we certainly are a cult. So we are all of that. But the main thing is, brothers and sisters, we have developed a relationship with God, and they don't have a relationship with God. Hear me when I tell you this. They don't even know God. And preaching to multitudes. Singing what? Ice cream, Kool-Aid, and jelly beans. Whatever tastes good. Give it to them. And then hold the basket out. And hope they put it in. But there's a relationship with God. Hear me true, like that you have to develop, or you'll never make it through this journey. And you can't do it by being somewhat in the church and somewhat out. Because God gives everyone a space, a time. Get in the church. If you're a baby, that's all right. Grow. But don't be deceptive and deceitful in your attitude. When someone tries to reach out and the church tries to help you, give you a helping hand, and you want to mock the church. Well, that's what they ought to do. No, you got the church mixed up with the Salvation Army. The church has never been a benevolent organization. Search the scripture. The Bible says the widow woman and her children help. But other than that, you're on your own. And you give your tithes and offerings. Bring all the tithes and offerings into the storehouse, saith the Lord, and prove me herewith, if I will not open up you the windows of heaven and pour you out the best, there shall not be room enough for you to receive. But I believe it says, if you don't do it, you're cursed with a curse. And that's Bible. Now it didn't say tithes. It said tithes and offerings. So when I tell you to give, and the Bible says, obey them that have the rule over you, ain't nothing for you to do but obey me. There's nothing else to do. And when we have gotten together and accomplished so much with so little, we ought to look back and thank God and have a glorious testimony. Nobody could have accomplished the properties that we have accomplished except God be with us. Who could have done this? Stop and think. Don't be foolish.
Come on, come on.
We got over $600,000 worth of real estate with a handful. If the market hadn't crashed back some years ago, we'd have had more than that. But I'm saying, brothers and sisters, don't think that this was something insignificantly done. This was something God stepped over the line to show a church, I'm with you. You have a shallow vision, and you step out on faith, I'm going to accomplish it with you. So again, we have to understand the individuality of this race is not based on somebody else. It's based on you and God and your ability to pray to God for yourself. Read that text.
And she was in bitterness of soul and prayed unto the Lord and wept sore. And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid.
Now, a lot of people don't believe in this, but I do. Sometimes you can pray to God and say, oh God, now listen, you do a favor for me, I'm going to do a favor for you. A lot of people don't preach that. But I can't find nothing wrong with it. And you can show me a scripture where you say you can't do that, and I'll go along with you. But since you can't, let me go ahead in the way I want to go. Sometimes you can pray to God and say, Lord, if you do this for me, I promise you, I'm going to do such and so. I ain't never going to miss a Sunday service unless I'm at work or can't move out the bed. Amen. Or I'm going to do such and such. Give me a job, and every third Sunday, I'm going to give you half that paycheck. Amen. And the other commitment, that's automatic. I'm going to do that. And Lord, all I want you to do is be a God for me. Now, when trouble comes my way, I want you to protect me from that foreman who hates me. From that co-worker who's trying their best to get me fired. From that infection that's trying to hinder my life at a young age. You can pray to God, but if you don't have no sustenance in your prayer, backed up by a character under God, what are you going to pray about?
Come on.
You already said present your body as a living sacrifice. Yes. You got to give everything to Him, church. Yes. Now, this is not no Baptist Sunday morning sermon. Amen. But I'm telling you reality of the truth. Amen. You got to hold on to this. Hannah was left alone and could nobody help her. And she prayed to God. She knew what to do. She didn't go to nobody else. And when the preacher did not understand why she was crying and mocked her. Amen. Shame on you, half drunk, on your knees praying up. She said, I'm not drunk. I'm brokenhearted. Because God has turned His back on me. What did she do? She prayed to the same God who she thought had turned her back. Amen. Amen. Job knew that the affliction came from God. Amen. But what did he do? He said, I ain't going to charge God foolishness. I'm going to just still keep praying to Him. Amen. Well, you're going to pray to Him and He done all that. Yeah, I'm going to still keep praying to Him. Yeah. See, you're a fool. Yes, I'm a bigger fool because I'm a watchman. I'm going to get louder. Hallelujah. Amen. You got to be sold out. Yes. Completely sold out to God. Because everything that you see and everything you feel that you are accomplishing ain't nothing when the reality comes in. Amen. You just don't know what's down the road. Amen. And if you don't have this relationship with God, brothers, this when something happened of a catastrophic event, you're going to turn to God and pray, and He can't heal you because He's already established a criteria for His church to grow. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Once God established a rule, a precedent, that's the rule. He can't change it for me or for you or nobody else. Right. He can if He want to now, under certain conditions. Yes. The condition with Hezekiah was totally different. Yes. But Hezekiah had something to back him up. Yes. Hannah had something to back herself up. Yes. Right. She prayed to God without ceasing it, continually prayed to God. Yes. But she had a life behind her. Yes. Read.
If thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid and remember me and not forget thine
If you will
handmaid,
look on my affliction and remember me,
and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man child, then
now she didn't ask for a child. She asked for a boy child, didn't she?
Amen.
Watch.
then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life.
Now see, the maidens had been mocking all along, teasing her. You can't get pregnant. You ain't no good. You can't get pregnant. But she said, I'm going to get pregnant. And ain't going to be a little girl either.
All right.
Now wait, listen, I ain't against no little girl, because in order to have little boys, you got to have a little girl. So that's the priority. Right? But she wanted someone that she can make a vow of a Nazarite to give back to God.
Amen.
Whoa.
So give me a man child, and I'll give him right back to you.
Yes.
That's my vow. Read.
And there shall no razor come upon his
He ain't
head.
gonna cut his hair.
Amen.
And it came to pass as she continued
He ain't
praying.
gonna put no razor on his face.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Amen. Come on now.
They don't understand where we coming from.
Amen.
But we're not speaking to them, we're speaking to ourselves.
Amen.
Read.
That's right.
And it came to pass as she continued praying before the Lord that Eli marked her mouth.
Uh-huh.
Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. And
She
Eli,
was so heartbroken. She couldn't even get no words out. All she could do is her lips just tremble. That's how heartbroken she was. Brother Mitch says we're talking about a real story here.
yeah,
It's not something put in the Bible to fill pages. This is a real story, because the prophet Samuel came from this relationship with Hannah. Samuel was the favorite prophet of David.
yeah.
Read.
And Eli said unto her, How long wilt thou be drunken? Put away thy wine from thee. And Hannah answered and said, No, my Lord, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong
I'm
drink,
brokenhearted and I'm not drunk,
but have poured out my soul before the Lord.
She did what?
Pour out my
She
soul.
laid down in prayer and poured her whole soul out
Amen.
before God. Told God from the beginning to the end,
Yes.
all about me.
Amen.
All right.
Hallelujah. Now I need some help. Read.
Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of Belial, for out of the abundance of my complaint and grief have I spoken hitherto. Then Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant thee thy petition that thou hast asked of
What did the
him.
prophet tell her? Go in peace.
Amen.
God is with you. Now wait. He said go in peace. God didn't tell her go in peace. He sent a servant.
Amen.
He sent a prophet to tell her. Now it's all right.
That's right. That's right.
Amen.
When David did in the courtyard, he sent somebody and told him, now it's all right.
Amen.
So when I tell you something is all right,
All
Amen.
right.
it's all right. But if I tell you it's all wrong,
Come on.
it's still all wrong, church.
Amen.
So again, let's remember the testimony of Hannah. And let's remember sometimes in the lonely, lonely moments, the only one you can talk to is God.
Hallelujah.
But you can talk to God. You're in true holiness.
Amen.
God will hear your prayer.
Yeah.
But be sincere. Be for real in your heart when you call on Him. Don't call on Him and get great plans.
Uh-huh.
Don't be trying to scheme and plot down the road.
Amen.
You don't know what's down the road.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to save up this, and I'm going to get this education, get this degree, get this job, I'm going to get this apartment, then I'm going to get this new car, and I'm going to do this and so. You may, but I still guarantee you,
All right now.
down the road,
That's right. Hallelujah.
what is it all worth?
Amen.
New car, the driveway, yeah. Well, we'll give it to so-and-so.
Come on now. Come on.
Yes.
And bank account, well, we'll let them fight over it.
Yes. That's it.
Let the kids fight over it.
Amen.
I don't need it no more. No, you really don't.
Amen.
But I'm saying, brothers and sisters, we are a family, and we are to be happy. We are not like them.
Amen.
We can never be like them. They will never accept us. I'm talking about the secular churches. They will never accept us. They don't understand nothing about you or your quality of character or who you're trying to be.
Amen.
If they ask you this, I'm trying to be like Jesus.
Lord.
That's all.
Amen.
I'm not trying to defend you and nobody else. I'm just trying to be like Jesus.
Amen.
They'll come to me sometimes and say, well, you know, the Bible says about long hair. I said, have you read the Bible?
Hallelujah.
Have you
Amen.
read it? I said, if the long hair is wrong, wonder why Jesus had lengthened hair.
Amen.
I said, if you read about the vow, I said, do you know the Apostle Paul took the vow? And I believe he was the last one sent to the Gentile people.
Amen.
Vow, oh no. I had to one preacher the vow of Nazareth. He said, you need Nazarene. I said, Nazarene is a town. Nazarite is a pledge. There's a difference between a pledge and a town. And you're supposed to be a preacher? I didn't say the latter part, but I just... Be wise as a serpent. Honest as a dove. But I'm saying, they don't understand us. And they never will. But let's always, always be true light. Let's always be there for each other. Not against each other. We need each other. And God watches how we carry our cross day by day. And God makes ways for us. He makes ways when you think that the enemy is trying to do something to one of your children. He'll intervene at the right time.
Amen.
Never at the wrong time, but always at the right time.
Amen.
Some of you, and I've often said this, if you don't, I know you love your children. Sometimes, don't even care about yourself, but care about your children.
Amen.
Make sure they come in holiness.
Amen.
And then when they're 16, 17, 18, you've done your best, let them go.
Amen.
But keep praying for them.
Amen.
But once you raise them up in the church, I promise you, I don't care where they go, something down on the inside always going to be festering there. And at the proper time, if their soul is sincere with God, just a spot, I believe the grain of a mustard seed,
Amen.
they'll come back into holiness.
Amen.
But we have to set the example ourselves. If we leave, who's going to hold up the torch? If we compromise, is there going to be another church that will set up a standard? Nowhere.
Amen.
Nowhere. That's why those hypocrite preachers and pastors, they don't email me no more. Because I got an answer for them. I'm doing a good job. What kind of job are you doing?
Hallelujah.
How come your dogs ain't wearing a veil?
Right. Amen. Amen.
The only thing they can say it ain't necessary. But who says so?
That's right.
Paul didn't.
Amen.
And you ain't Paul.
All right.
You ain't know one passage of scripture.
Amen.
I mean, it gets me. It ain't necessary. Who says so? Well, that's what my pastor taught me. Yeah, but who taught him?
All right.
The devil?
Yeah, that's right.
Say, who's teaching you? The devil?
Okay.
They say it.
It is.
And when we know the truth, and we understand this, why are we so sad in our continents when we come together to fellowship with each other? Let's be happy, church. We got something going for us. The world. Can't put us on. Amen. May the Lord watch. And me and thee, while we are absent, one from another. In Jesus' name. God be with you. God be with you.
God be with you until we meet again. God be with you. God be with you. God be with you until we meet again.
Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King.
Soon and very